So the DRZ is MOT'd and passed with not a single problem. I was expecting difficulty with the headlight because the headlights are hid, and well, let's face it, it's not designed to run with a hid. So I thought the beam pattern might be a bit off, but no, they were quite happy with that. Did have two minor issuettes. When I was going to the MOT station, she conked out of me in the middle of a junction when I was trying to turn right. Oh, really? Come on. Well, that's embarrassing. Uh-oh. You know what? I'm gonna have to wind this thing up. As it is not having it. What is up with you, bike? You not having a good day? So that was, well, you know, she hadn't been ridden since September, so that's the sort of thing you expect. But I rode her around for about 20 minutes before we went down to the MOT station, and she was fine then. New brake was awesomely sharp, and there were no more problems with it. I couldn't work out what the problem was when it just died. I let it sit there for about 30 seconds at the side of the road, and she started first time and carried on. Typical of Kato, doing these random things, trying to kill you. Anywho, after getting the MOT, I went out for a ride to go through a tank of fuel. I was kind of hoping to get through a couple of tanks of fuel, a couple of 100 miles, and that way I could clear her out, make sure it was all fresh fuel in her. And I was about, what, hour and a half out, when all of a sudden this happened. Get the old Dremel out and tidy up that scratch mark. Oh, oh. Yeah, no brake whatsoever, no brake whatsoever. What the fuck? Oh, right. It snapped. That's awkward. An M6 stick is what I need. If such a thing exists. There we go. That's an M6 stick. An M6 hole. Don't even want to go into how fucking stupid this idea is. Suffice it to say, very. I'm going to tighten this one up by hand. So, Kato tried to kill me twice today now. I'm not really that impressed. But pads look okay. That stick is not a massive winner, is it? It's not great, but it'll do to get me home. I tell you what. It wouldn't be a ride with Kato unless she tried to kill me. Do not use the front brake. simple as that. Just get home in one piece. See, I just used the front brake, what a dick. Yeah, so no brakes. Back brake obviously worked, but the back brake on DRZ is rubbish at the best of times. So yeah, I got back home using a stick to hold the caliper in. I would highly recommend you do not do that. Don't do that. It's stupid. I mean, basically, I just had the stick in there to hold the caliper in place, and I did not use the front brake at all for the entire journey, because obviously if you hit the front brake, that stick's just going to break and it's not going to be any good. So at first I thought that the bolt had actually snapped off, because when I put the caliper on, I did lean on the bolts quite hard. So I thought, my first instinct was I've snapped the bolt, but of course looking back on it, I couldn't have got the stick in if I had snapped the bolt, because the rest of the bolt would still be in there. So obviously it just unwound itself. And you know, it does make you doubt your own ability, this sort of thing. Because that was an absolute shit scaring moment. And to be honest with you, I thought that I had like a brake fluid problem or something, or like I had knocked something and one of the lines had split. But no, it's something much more trivial than that, just a bloody caliper unbolting. And of course, moreover, the caliper coming off at one point meant that it was rubbing against the rim of the wheel, so the rim was absolutely screwed. And I had to, when I got back home, I spent the afternoon sanding down the gouge marks and spraying it with primer. And later on in the week I'm going to spray it black, matte black. We're going to go for a bit of rat biking, I think, on there. So apart from that, apart from trying to kill me twice, the DRZ's in good nick. So next on the plan for Kato is some enduro tires. Now, being the SM model, it's got 17-inch rims. So that's a bit of a problem when it comes to knobblies. There aren't many options, but all we're looking at is putting some enduro tires on it. And Continental do some, I think it's TKS 80s or TCS 80s. Del Boy from Del Boy's Garage has them on the Bandit, and they're a road off-road tyre, which is what I need, because of course all the off-road areas I can go to are at least 30 miles ride away. So with any luck, I'll get that done in the next few weeks. I'll be good to go.